What's up guys, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to be breaking down my most anticipated films for 2015. Before we get into the list, I have to put a few honorable mentions on here that didn't quite make the list. They're movies I'm excited for, but they're not quite up to the same par as the other films. To start off with is Straight Outta Compton. I'm a huge rap fan, so this movie immediately makes it into my honorable mentions. It almost made my list, but didn't. It's the story of NWA, the rap group from Compton. Another film that almost made my list was The Walk, the new Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Robert Zemeckis film about the guy who tightropes across the two towers. The other film is Terminator Genisys, which I'm not really excited for, I'm more skeptical of, and I want to see what they do with. The trailer is very vague and strange to me, so I don't really know how they're going to work it. AntMan is another one I'm excited for, but the trailer didn't quite get me super pumped, like some of the other trailers I've seen this year. Inside Out, the new Pixar film, is something I'm excited for. I really enjoy Pixar, they usually do good stuff, and the trailer looks good. Hitman is my last honorable mention. I'm a video game fan, so the last Hitman movie I actually didn't hate, really, but it was kind of iffy, so I'm hoping this one they really knock it out of the park with, because I feel like video games haven't quite gotten a great showing on film yet. Alright, kicking off the list at number 10 is Fantastic Four, the new film by the director of Chronicle. I'm excited for this movie. The trailer recently came out, and I really enjoyed the trailer. I really love Miles Teller. I thought the trailer was actually good. It was a teaser. It didn't show me too much to where I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of see where this is going. It seems kind of dark, and it looks like it's going to be a really good movie. Plus, the director is kind of like a new age guy. Chronicle was a decent movie in my opinion. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I'm not one for found footage films. But overall, I enjoyed the movie, but I think he's got like a really nice new age like view of how to film movies. Number 9 is Everest, a movie a lot of people haven't heard about. It's got an amazing cast. Keira Knightley, Jake Gyllenhaal. The only issue is the director. He hasn't made anything really of merit that's worth talking about. He did Two Guns and Contraband. Those are the only two big things he's really done, which are mediocre movies at best. Kind of actiony, not really like well-made, super good movies. So we'll see what happens with it, but Jake Gyllenhaal after Nightcrawler this year, I'm open to whatever he decides to do this year. Number 8 is In the Heart of the Sea. I loved Rush. It was one of my favorite movies the year it came out. I loved Chris Hemsworth in it. I thought he was amazing, and Ron Howard did such a good job with that movie that at this point, I'm going to trust whatever his next movie is, being In the Heart of the Sea and starring Chris Hemsworth again. I'm very excited for this movie. I think it could be amazing. The trailers make it look very intense and good, and I just trust Ron Howard at this point. Number 7 is Chappie. I love Copley. I think he'll do great as the voice. I love Dev Patel. He's one of my favorite actors. Hugh Jackman as the bad guy I think is really cool, and overall I think the idea is like a very new age modern idea because it's revolving around something that a lot of people fear actually happening in the world. Also, the director is the director of District 9, which I love that movie, one of my all-time favorite sci-fi films. He did Elysium, which the shaky cam action, and Matt Damon overall, I didn't love that movie. I thought it was pretty meh. It wasn't great, it wasn't awful though. Number 6 is Spectre, the new James Bond film that is coming out. Daniel Craig was amazing in Skyfall, and Skyfall alone was amazing. Sam Mendes directing Skyfall was phenomenal, and this movie's directed by him as well, so it's probably going to be phenomenal too. Plus, they have maybe the greatest villain actor of this age as the villain, Christoph Waltz. He was so good in Inglourious Basterds and in Django that I have to trust that in this movie he will be just as amazing as he was in those other two movies and maybe pick up another Oscar for it. Number 5 is Mad Max Fury Road. Now, I've never seen the old Mad Max movies. I've heard they're super good, but I've never gotten around to seeing them. This new movie has the same writer, the same director as the old movies. Tom Hardy is in it, and I love Tom Hardy. I think he's a great actor. Also, Charlize Theron is in it, and she's very good. The directing looks good. The trailer was so epic that it just had to make my list and be semi-high up there because the trailer, the music, and everything, it was just so amazing to watch it all put together, and the effects look great. I'm very excited for this movie. Being as I haven't seen the old ones, this is my first time. I might try to watch the old ones before this one comes out, but this movie, the trailer alone hooked me. Number 4 is Jurassic World. Now, I love the Jurassic Park movies. The first one is one of my favorite movies of all time, probably. I love Chris Pratt. He has slowly became one of my favorite actors. Actually, not slowly, very quickly became one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. Ever since Parks and Rec and Guardians and the Lego Movie. Overall, I just love Chris Pratt. I think he's amazing. Jurassic, it's a great world to work with, and the only issue with the movie really is the director. He's never done something large scale. He did Safety Not Guaranteed, which is really a very small-scale indie-type movie. But I think he's going to handle it well. I really hope he does, because he's dealing with a very precious amenity in Hollywood right now, dealing with this movie. So hopefully he does a great job, but I thought the trailer was cool, and I hope Chris Pratt's going to be amazing, and the movie just looks good. Number 3 is The Hateful Eight. It is Quentin Tarantino's new movie. The cast is great as usual. Tarantino's directing will probably be amazing, as always. The plot is very interesting. It's about Civil War, like post-Civil War bounty hunters, like meeting up for a deal, and then they have to like deal with each other. Overall, it just sounds like a really cool plot, and Tarantino's my favorite director, so I trust him with anything. Number 2 is Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. You knew it was going to be near the top. This movie's trailer is epic, is the only way to describe it. It is an amazing movie trailer. The acting is always up to par with what you expect from a superhero movie. Plus, Joss Whedon is just an amazing director, so everything should be good. The characters are great. Plus, it has a very dark tone, it looks like, and I feel like that's something that superhero movies have been missing. I think that as an audience, we really want a dark tone in this movie. We want to see these people humanized. So it looks like this movie's going to give it to us, and I'm very excited for that. And number 1 on my list goes to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Everyone kind of assumed that that would be the top. It's what's on the top of most people's lists right now. J.J. Abrams did such an amazing job rebooting Star Trek. I have to assume he's going to do just as an amazing job rebooting Star Wars. The cast looks good. I love John Boyega. Attack the Block is one of my... not one of my favorites, but was one of my favorites the year that it came out. Plus, it's Star Wars. It has to be at the top. They're rebooting it. Well, they're not even rebooting it. They're adding sequels. It looks amazing. The trailer was super cool, even though it was very short. I love the great sword lightsaber. The voiceover was super cool. The effects look amazing. I'm so happy they're going back to practical effects. I love practical effects and kind of hate CGI, depending on the way it's used. But the trailer looked amazing, and this movie looks amazing in general. Well guys, that wraps up my most anticipated films of 2015. If you enjoyed this video, please do click around on Real Film Reviews, watch some of our other stuff, and I'm Eric, and as always, I hope to see you guys later.